a wonderland of dancing. It's the Dancing Wonderland show that's being held at the Bullmarsh School this evening and was held last night, and it's been put on by the Bullmarsh Community Association, who are there to try and raise money and funds for Bullmarsh School, and they do this by putting on a number of hard-worked events throughout the year, such as quizzes and barn dances and lots of different fun things, and they have a dedicated set of volunteers. So the Dance Wonderland's show starts at 7 p.m. this evening at Bullmarsh School. Well, welcome along to this week's The Voice of Woodley, and I must apologise for the poor sounding cycle horn that I have there. It sounds more like a rather chewed up dog's toy, unfortunately, but there we go. Well, as we're standing right here, we're standing right outside the fabric warehouse, and of course it used to be Freelance Fabrics, and as I turn around you can probably see cushions and different sets of material, and to be quite honest with you, random pieces of foam. Sometimes as you're walking along you might get hit in the head by a roll of material, and of course they supply lots of cushions and bed linen and so on, but one of the great things about the shop is the dedicated staff who work there, and they can't only just give you advice, but they're also very good at helping provide different amounts of material for you. Well, the Woodley and Early Arts Group is a group that holds their club on the last Thursday of every month at the Oakwood Centre, and they have lots of different professional artists come in and do demonstrations and workshops such as drawing, I've seen, and painting, and of course they have the club is absolutely full of people who are very dedicated and enthusiastic about their art. Well, St John the Evangelist's Church is celebrating 140 years! Starting off on the Friday the 8th of March, they're holding a party for the children in the church. On Saturday the 9th of March, they're holding an event where they want the congregation to invite somebody along, and there is going to be a comedian coming along. And then on Sunday the 10th of March from 4 p.m, they've invited the gospel choir to come along. Well, at the St James Church also on Saturday the 9th of March, they're holding a day of craft events where you can go along and join in and probably create something pretty special. And of course we're here in the town centre, and not long now till the Italian market. Now you'll just have to look at the pamphlet that you've received from Woodley Town Council, the town centre, through your door to find out when it is. And of course we are home to the farmers market that's held on the third Wednesday of every month here, and there is an Italian cookery school who actually come over and do demonstrations and cook pizzas, bread and pasta and so on. And of course there's going to be the Family Fun Day, which this year is being held on Bank Holiday Monday the 6th of May, along with the Gardeners Market. And not too long before that, a couple of days before that, from 1 till 4 p.m. at the Emmanuel Church, they're holding their Spring Fair. And it's a collaboration between the Emmanuel Church, the residents of South Lake Crescent and the Woodley South East Community Association, who are there to help the people in the area. And not long after that, just 1 week after that, the Christ Church are holding their Spring Fair. Christ Church, of course, on Crockenwell Road. And they're holding their Spring Fair from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. So those two fairs, if you're interested in having a stall, make sure you contact the churches soon and get your fair involved. Well, as we're not too long after the snow here, but of course if you do fancy going skiing, as I should say, or sledging, of course lots of people are using the parks in the area for that. On Headley Road East is home to the ski centre, and that runs with a revolving ski slope which you go up, and to be quite honest with you, you move absolutely nowhere, but what you do get is the expertise and the advice of the people who are watching you. Well, Drumright has moved, and it's of course been established now for 16 years. Drumright has moved to Headley Road East, a huge demonstration area, and a huge area where they've got all their drums set up, and it's much larger than the other shop, and it really is full of dedicated and enthusiastic staff. Well, not far from here, of course, is Woodley Library, and on the third Saturday of the month, I think it's going to be, they're holding community family events for people to join in. And if you're travelling down, of course, Lonbridge Road, there's of course the original chapel, which is now an estate agent's. You can go and look at that wonderful building, and next door is of course Chapel Hall, which is always there for people to rent out for their different events, and there are lots of events being held there. And one of the great things that we have had in Woodley for a long time is of course the Amateur Radio Club, which is held on the second and fourth Thursday of the month at the Woodford Park Leisure Centre. So, as we're standing here now, I'm just trying to read the next part of the video. Of course, because it's cold, it's getting rather difficult to hang on. Well, as we're standing right by the bookshop now, and the Chapter 1 bookshop on the 16th, on Saturday the 16th of March from 10:30 AM, they've got Ashley Harold, who's a local children's author, coming in to sign copies and talk about his latest book. On the 20th of March, they're having wine tasting on Wednesday the 20th of March from 6:30 PM. And of course, Red Nose Day. I'm sure there are lots of events being planned here for Red Nose Day, and they're holding a cake sale for Red Nose Day in Chapter 1 bookshop. Well, as we come to the end of the video for this week, I'd like to say hello to all my subscribers. I'd love to know who the giggling giraffe is. I'd also like to say hello to Kieran and hello to Emma. Now, let me just try and read some of the other parts of the video that I actually can't read, because you see, to read Braille, you have to be able to feel what you're reading. Ah, yes, I've just worked it out. Sorry about this. Yes, we have the War Memorial. Now, the War Memorial is going to be built in Woodford Park to commemorate the people of Woodley who have lost their lives in any of the wars. It's going to be, I think, about 24 tons, and it's going to be a truly magnificent structure. And of course, there's a whole group of people, and a dedicated group of people, who are raising money for the War Memorial, and they're holding lots of different things going on. And they also have War Memorial badges and pens, and the money that you get, the money that you pay for those badges, of course, goes towards the War Memorial. And it really is going to be not just a very important thing, but it's going to make the area look fantastic. Well, that's about it for the Voice of Woodley for this week from me, Jack Wright. And if you'd like to contact me, then please do on 07738 573812 or jack.wright@guidemail.co.uk. Well, from rather a warm area of Woodley, really, it's certainly warming up as I'm trying to do this video, I'd like to say goodbye for now. So goodbye from everybody here in the Woodley precinct.